Hey everybody, looks like we're live. I always do this, the 18th of February, and we are here ready for the show. Glad you all are joining us. And I don't have much to talk about today other than to say that I hear that Biden's immigration plan is on its way to Congress, so that's exciting. I'm going to take my boots off. It's been snowing here in St. Louis, and I just got my car washed because it was so gross and had a bunch of ice on it. So I hope you are someplace warm. We're going to get this show started with Natalia. Hi,
Hi.
Natalia. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Great, great. What can I help you with?
Okay, so I have a question. I requested immigration visa for my daughter in 2012.
Okay.
And as of all documents, so we got answer in, I think, in 2019. So anyway, all documents were submitted and accepted, as the latest was May last year, 2020. And then they requested additional document from me, which was submitted in October last year. And so all my documents were accepted by January last year, and documents from my kids side May. So anyway, and since then it's frozen. We didn't hear anything, and it just no interview was scheduled. So is there something we can do about this?
Okay, so are you a U.S. citizen or a green card holder?
No, I'm U.S. citizen, and well, you probably know our case. Andrew is working on my older daughter's case.
Okay.
But that's investor's visa, so that's different story.
Okay, so how old is this daughter that we're talking about right now?
It's 19. She's from 1989.
So she's
now
31.
Yes.
And so her visa is current?
So it's immigrant visa. I was a sponsor. I am a sponsor.
What's the priority date on the application?
Priority date. Okay.
When did you file? When did you file the application?
Priority date. I think it was. Let me see. I think I have pictures here. I think it was. Can be to 2012.
2012.
Yes. Let me see, because I have some photos here. I think a priority date was. Can it be 12? That's when we filed, right?
Yeah, it's when you filed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was 2012. Yes.
Do you know what month?
Just give me 1 second. I'm looking. Priority. Okay.
So, Natalia,
September, yes. Sorry.
Do you know about the visa bulletin?
No.
Okay, so let's walk through this. So,
okay.
And your daughter is not married, right?
No.
And she's 31, so she's in the F1 category, the unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what country is she from?
The Netherlands, Dutch.
The Netherlands. Okay, great. So she's in the F1 category. So right now, they're working on cases from September 15th of 2014, which means they're well past your priority date of September 2012. So she should already be here by now, right?
Yes.
And so so you've been through the national. Are you done at the National Visa Center, or they said it's documentarily qualified, or where did things stand?
Well, everything here says accepted documents. So my name, paid, accepted. Her name, paid, completed, accepted.
Yeah,
that's what we see.
That's for the visas, though. That's for the fees. The fees, though. What about the documents? Do they have All the
That's affidavit of support
okay.
accepted, and applicant information accepted. Everything is accepted. As by May, the latest was May, accepted May last year, and they asked for additional W-2 from my side, which we submitted in October last year.
So they asked for W-2s for 2019.
They asked which was strange because we gave them 2019. They asked for 2018.
Okay, well, in answer to your question, I think your case is delayed a little bit longer than it should be. 2 years after 2 years after the visa becoming current, that's sort of a delay. So you might think about suing them.
Okay, yeah, I found the priority date. It was October 23rd, 2012.
Yeah, so she should be here by now. Yeah, you might think about suing them.
Okay. Okay, so just call your office.
Yeah, or just talk to Andrew, or you can email me, whatever you want to do. But Andrew knows how it all works. I'm the one who handles it, but he can explain it to you. But basically, we'll just file a lawsuit for him or for her, and hopefully get her case moving. It seems stuck for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, and I tried to call them, and now they don't even pick up the phone anymore, and they're blaming COVID, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody from the Netherlands who've gotten their visas? Do you know what's going on the ground there? Is COVID really bad there? I don't.
Well, in the Netherlands, they have it's pretty bad now. Everything is closed, and they have this evening hours. So I mean, they're fighting. They try to because it had to end February 9th, but they still have it. So like nobody can be outside after 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well, happy to try to help if we can.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye, Natalia. Thanks.
Bye, Jim.
All right. That was Natalia wondering how to get her daughter here a little faster. Let's go to EJ. Hi, EJ.
Hi. Sorry, my stuff was on mute.
It's all good, bud. It's all good. What can I help you?
I have a question. Jim, I've been following you, and I'm in the process of preparing for my interview. But however, when I was waiting for my work authorization, there was about to lay me off from work, and I had to make a decision about if I would just stay without work, which means that my son, I have a 6-month-old son. He would have lost his insurance. So I continued working. And after my work authorization was actually sent later. So I'm preparing for the interview now. I know you said we should always be honest about everything, but I'm kind of scared because I was looking at the new policy that you talked about, where they were looking at the new policy. I'm just going to read it out on the phone. So the new policy that USCIS are using right now, where they're looking at negative and positive factors, and one of the negative factors is working without authorization, but also under another subdivision, they said breaking the status of your stay, that means if you work without authorization, automatically you have 2 negative factors already. So I'm looking at preparing for the interview. What do I do?
You're getting your green card based on marriage to a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And that was the basis of your work card that expired?
Yes.
And did you file for renewal of your work card?
Yeah. So at first, let me give you the background. So I was an F1 student, so I used OPT.
Yeah.
So I was OPT until my marriage. Even after my marriage, I was still on OPT. And after that, my OPT expired. But before my OPT expired, I already applied for a new work card, but you didn't get here on time.
How long ago did you get fingerprinted for the work card, or did they reuse your fingerprints from the OPT?
I think they used I have to check. I think I have to go back to get fingerprints.
And so just to be clear, you've already worked past the expiration of the card.
Yes.
So we can't. There's an expression that they say. I don't know if this will work. You can't unring a bell. Once you ring the bell's been rung, right? So that's 100% true that we can't ring that bell, unring that bell. So I still believe, and I'll always believe, that you should be honest when you go to your interview. So you should tell them where you worked, when you worked. I wouldn't act all weird about it. I wouldn't go like, oh my God, I can't believe you asked me that. Oh, yeah, I did keep working. My son was going to lose his health insurance. No. Where do you work? I work at XYZ. When did you start? I started on this day. Do you still work there? Yeah. I've never had them ask, did you work without authorization? Other than that question, but you can answer that question. Yes, you say yes, but you don't act like a nut. You just answer the question. It's going to be forgiven. I believe those interpretations of the rules are illegal and contrary to the Immigration Act. So, number one, I don't think they'll deny you your green card for having worked. Number two, I think that if you lie about it, they can deny you, and then you're screwed forever. I also think that there's a chance that rule is going to get thrown out by Biden, and I think that you lose a lot more by lying about it. They can figure out if you're working. They can go find that out. Just because you don't tell them at your interview doesn't mean they're not going to find out if they really want to. But they're not going to want to. If it's a legit marriage, you're going to be fine.
Okay, so yeah, so we have like a lot of proofs, including my son, and we have like a lot of proof. But aside that, I'm just thinking that okay, I'm not planning to lie anyways, but I'm just like kind of worried, like okay.
Yeah, don't worry, just be confident. You're married to a U.S. citizen. You're going to get your green card. Be confident.
Okay, so that rule, I know you have gone to a couple of interviews for your clients right now.
Yeah.
Are they still using the rule once you go in?
I haven't heard it. I haven't seen anything differently that makes me think they're following that rule.
Oh.
Where's your interview gonna be?
Nashville.
Where?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville. Oh, Nashville's easy going. You'll be fine.
Oh.
I think you'll be fine.
Okay, but in case of anything, I could always reach out to you too. All right.
Yeah, that's a fight I would like to have. As long as you're honest, if they try to ding you or deny your case because of that rule, that'd be a good rule to challenge because I think they're wrong.
Okay, because I was looking why I just when I had to work was because I look at the positive factors. Even if they were gonna, I know USCIS are not fair, but if they were fair and they were gonna use both the actual positive factors and the negative factors, I believe my positive factors would outweigh the negative factors because I worked here, which is a positive factor. I got my master's here. I have a business here. I have close family ties. All through my stay here, I've had like great internship. I have a good paying job.
Let me ask one other question.
Okay.
Did you apply before that rule went into effect or after that rule went into effect?
I applied before the rule went into effect.
So that's a whole other thing. They can't apply that rule backwards.
Oh.
It only can apply for, they might try to apply it backwards. I don't think that they will. But in theory, they could try to apply it. But generally, if they come up with a new rule, it can only go forward, not backwards.
Oh, okay.
I think you're totally golden. I think you're under the old rule. I don't think they're going to try to nail you for this. But if they smell you lying, you're dead meat.
Yeah, I'm not planning to lie at all. I'm gonna be honest.
Good luck. Let me know how it goes, okay?
Yeah, definitely. I'll let you know.
All right, bye. EJ. See you, buddy. Okay, bye. That was EJ. He's down in Nashville, and he's wondering about. The other thing about that, EJ, if you're still watching, is that you should have gotten your work card right away. They're only delayed because Trump made it delayed on purpose. So I think that if you take everything into account, I think you're going to be just fine. Let's go to Kathy. Kathy's up next. Hi, Kathy. Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Where are you calling from?
Indiana.
Nice. What can I do for you?
So I have a question about name change.
Okay.
I was on a J1 visa, and my visa expired back in June of last year, and my H1B got approved back in February of last year. So I got married in May of last year, and I tried to change my name on my social security card, and they're saying my H1B. Well, actually, my H1B. Let me see. The effective date is August the 1st of last year, and they're saying I cannot change my name on my social security card because the marriage happened before the H1B effective date. So I submit the I-485 to adjust my status, and all that I-131 and I-765, all that immigration paper. And I was wondering if I can change my name on that immigration paper, like change my last name.
Do you plan to become a U.S. citizen or no?
For now, I don't.
But like in the future, do you plan on becoming a citizen, or you don't think you're going to become a citizen?
I'm not sure.
Well, I would encourage you to get your green card in the name that you applied. Don't try to change your name while you have like all these immigration things pending. You have an H-1B, you have a green card, you were on a J. I say leave your name alone until things settle down. You can definitely do it if you become a citizen. It's really easy. You just do it then. Otherwise, I would wait for a while to get your green card, and don't mess with a name change while you're going through that process.
Well, my J1 was already expired, and now currently I'm on a H1B.
I got it. Yeah. My advice is don't mess with immigration. Don't change your name while you're in the middle of getting a green card.
So I just keep my maiden name on the immigration paperwork.
Yep.
And if I wanted to apply for citizenship, and then I would change to my married name.
Yeah, and then you're done with immigration, so you change it to what you can change it to whatever name you want. But yeah, you can change it to your married name then. It's really easy then. It's much easier than trying to do it right now, and it can confuse things later on when you're changing your name while you got a green card application pending.
Will they allow me to change my name later?
You mean if you don't get your citizenship, can you change your name? Yeah, you can always change it. You're gonna have to go to court though. It's sort of a hassle. They want to make sure that you're not changing your name to like get out of debt or something. So they make you go. You have to go into court and you have to file a petition in Indiana, and you have to get a judge to have a hearing and change your name.
Okay, so you're saying after I get my green card, I then go to court and change to my last name.
If you know you're not going to apply for citizenship, that's what I would do. If you know you're going to apply for citizenship, then I would just wait till then.
So what would be the procedure for changing the name when applying for citizenship?
You just check a box and you add it to the form. You can make your name whatever you want, and then when you go to your interview, they'll say, Kathy, this is your old name, this is your new name that you want, and then you sign the form to say, yeah, this is what I want, and then they actually change your name while you naturalize. It's all part of the process.
Okay, so they will not care about how long your marriage has been, and is it too long to change to the married name? Okay.
Mm-mm. No, it's really easy.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Kathy. Let's see. Let's go to Nikita. I think Nikita tried to get on last time.
Hey, Jim. How are you? Calling you from New York City, New York.
Nice.
Long-time listener. Thanks so much for what you do for the immigrant community.
Sure.
I have stock questions. Can stocks really affect my immigration? So I am hoping to get naturalized in next year. Well, next year, January or February 2022. And I'm afraid that an agent can ask me about my stocks. So I have a Roth IRA account where I hold 2 shares of AbbVie, which is a cancer drug maker, but it is indirectly involved in, synthesizing other drugs, even cannabinoids and stuff like that. But I do not hold any stocks that are like directly cannabis companies. So will that affect my immigration status if I say that, I hold that and that, I hold 2 shares of AbbVie?
Did you say AbbVie, like ABBVIE?
Yes, correct. Yes, drug maker.
That's where my sister works.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. You're going to have no problem with this. I wouldn't worry about that at all. They've never asked about what stock somebody owns when I went to an interview.
Oh, that's great.
And
But,
if they did,
sorry.
even if they did, it's publicly traded, so you're doing nothing wrong. And if they invest in drug research, that's just fine. You're fine, buddy.
Oh, that's perfect. Because the other day I heard that immigrants or green card holders, which I am, cannot invest in cannabis-related companies. So I was afraid of that. But FV, well, is indirectly involved, and I was pretty fearful.
That's news to me, but that's never come up in an interview. I think you'll be just fine.
All right. Thank you so much.
See you, buddy.
Thank you so much. See ya.
That was a fun one. That wasn't a question I've been asked before. All right, let's see. I can't see everybody on screen, so let me go to Sheila.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Sheila. How are you?
I'm good. I am from Columbus, Ohio. That's where I'm calling you from. I came to the U.S. on a K-1 visa, and I met my husband. That was in 2017. I arrived in February. On March 27, 2017, we got married, and then I went through the I-485. Early on, he went through the I-30, I-130, and all that.
Great.
So my green card, the conditional green card expired 2019, 27 September. So I applied for the extension via I-751.
Yeah.
And now they've called us for an interview on March 25th next month.
They called you for an interview on the 751.
Yes.
And you haven't applied for citizenship yet?
I have not.
Okay. All right.
So now that, when I first put in the application for the I-751, it was not complete because when my husband, we are from Malaysia. My husband is a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So when he did his application, the 751, they didn't ask for so many details. So we went in, when I put in the got all the documents ready, I only put in like the lease, the tax form and all that bits. So they came back and asked for 4 more documents, which then we put in our emails and our text messages and our pictures and everything else, credit card. Now, when we go for this interview, I was wondering if it is worthwhile for us to open a joint account right now.
A little late now.
It's a little late, right?
Yeah.
So should I bring along all documents that I submitted for the 485 as well when I go for this interview?
No, those are worthless.
What should I take along with me?
So I'm going to, let me see if I can pull this off. I think I can post the document in the chat.
Right.
Wait, so just while I'm doing that, let me ask a question. So are you saying that your husband, is that your husband there with you?
Yeah, he's with me here now.
Hi there. So did he get his green card and then citizenship? Did he get it through marriage to somebody else? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's correct. He got married to somebody else. Yeah.
Okay. And okay. So I mean, first of all, the first thing you need to know is that, generally there's a little bit of randomness to it. So just because you're getting called in for an interview doesn't mean that anything's wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be too worried about that. But, the fact that they sent you a request for evidence, And now that they scheduled for you an interview, I don't know that it's that random. I think it's because they feel like you haven't submitted enough marital evidence. And then like you guys have been married like 3 years now, right? So in theory, you should have a lot of stuff.
We did have a lot of stuff initially, and then COVID happened, and we didn't go anywhere. And we've been together, so we don't really write. We call each other, but when he's at work, he calls me, but we don't text so much.
Right. So, I mean, I don't care so much about photos and going on trips. That stuff, that's not that compelling. What they want to know about more than anything is sharing finances and sharing. Sharing finances, making big purchases. Do you guys have any kids?
Well, we don't plan to have any kids because I'm going to be 50 and he's 55, so we don't want to do that.
Yeah. So let me. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Hold on a second. I can't put it in the chat, but you can always email us to get this if you want it. I'm happy to share our evidence of marriage list. But let's.
Well, we don't own a house. We are renting. We've moved, like, we were in Bucyrus when I arrived, we were in Galleon, and then we moved to Bucyrus because of his work. And then he wanted to move back to Columbus because he has a brother here. And we've been moving. And when we stayed at the apartment, it was so noisy, we couldn't handle it because we prefer it to be quiet. Now we've moved over to Bexley in Columbus, which is nice and quiet. So we don't own a house. We've been moving. So we don't really have big purchases.
Well, but moving is usually, when you move, you usually sign new leases. So having all that documentation, that should give you lots of good evidence.
Okay. We have that, yeah.
Okay, so let me see if I can pull this off. Let's see, how do I do this? Hold on. Are there people, like, have you met your neighbors or like your landlord? Can you get an affidavit from your landlord?
I guess. I can try. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's see if I can pull this thing up. Share screen. And I just put the email address if you want to email us to get it.
Okay.
We'll be happy to share it with you. All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, sure. All right. So can you see that? This is our evidence of marriage list. So we're, like I said, if you were in St. Louis and come by your office, you could just come and pick it up. But this is what we give to our clients.
Okay.
And these are all the things. So let's spend a little time because I know you're not the only one wondering about this. Can you see it on the screen at all?
I can. Yes, I can.
I can zoom in a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Text messages, like stacks of text messages, that's good. Skype messages, if you could get on Netflix and print out the movies that you watched. Purchases from Amazon, library cards or Costco cards. You want to make sure your driver's licenses have your right address because that in and of itself is proof that you're living together if you both have the right address on your driver's license.
Yeah.
Grocery bills, money that you send overseas. You can make a list of the gifts that you've given to each other, any notes or cards. Movie tickets, obviously now with COVID, like you said, those are sort of hard to do. Any major purchases or projects that you've done around the house. And then I think that if I were on a second USCIS marriage, I'd want to bring affidavits, which are, like letters, but sworn under oath. So signed in front of a notary from about 4 or 5 people that know the both of you and say, my name is Jim Hacking. I know a Sheila and her husband since such and such a day. I went to the park with them. I had them over for dinner. We know them from church or whatever, and just sort of outline how they know you and then have them sign it under oath.
Mm-hmm.
And all the tax returns, the bank accounts, any investment accounts. If you work, listing the other person as a emergency contact, that's good proof. Or added you to their insurance, those kinds of things. Any loans, any insurance, life insurance, medical bills might show your address. Auto insurance. You can get your tax transcripts from the IRS website. Obviously, photographs. And when we do photographs, we would take like 2 photographs and put them on a Word document with a description under each picture what it is.
Okay.
Wedding receipts, wedding card invitation. Now this is more for the marriage part stuff, but Facebook posts, any social media stuff, any greeting cards that came to your house, any junk mail that came to your house. one thing that people get wrong all the time is they think, well, this piece of mail only has the wife's name on it, or this piece of mail only has the husband's name on it. Well, when you have one piece of evidence that shows that he lives at the house and one that she lives at the house, it's good to have that in and of itself is good evidence. It's not as good as if the mail comes with both your names on it, but it's okay if it just has one person's name on it. All your utility bills, cell phone bills, and then, like I said, large purchases. So that's really those are the kinds of things that we submit or that we bring with us to an interview. And then the other thing I would say to everybody watching is it's good to do an index. So you want to make a list of everything that you're presenting. If you can get a 2-hole punch like these, like this right here, a 2-hole punch up on the top here and here, so they can just put it right. You want to make it as easy on them as possible. You also want it to have a little bit of weight to it. So you want to make a full copy of it. You don't want to be pulling crap out of your purse saying, "Oh, here's my phone bill. And then they got to go copy it." They don't want that stuff. They want it organized. So that's how we do it.
Okay, so I did exactly that when they asked me the second time to put in more information, and I indexed everything, put pictures and all that.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile for me to, and that was submitted June last year. So
Yes.
from
June, nothing from before June, just new stuff now.
new stuff from June onward, from July last year up to now, I can put things in if we have anything, like
Yep.
pictures and stuff. Okay. All right. Do I need to put in copies of all the other documents that they have? It's not necessary, right?
Nothing that they already have. That's just wasted paper.
Yeah, because early on we were interviewed in Cleveland, and now we're going to be interviewed in Columbus.
Well, that file should have followed you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That's all.
All right, Afila. Hope it all works out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was a Sheila. That was fun. Got a little tutorial on how to get your marriage evidence together, and that stuff works for stop screen. Yeah, that stuff works for marriage cases and for 751. So obviously, after you've been married 2 years, they expect you to have a little bit more evidence than when you don't. All right, so looks like we have a bunch of people in the waiting room who don't have their cameras on. I'm gonna kick everybody out who doesn't have their cameras on, but first we're gonna go to Shay. Hi, Shay.
Hi. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Okay. My name is Shay. Yeah. So I got married in 2015.
Okay.
So I got my green card 2015. Yeah. So 2017 it got expired, and I renewed it. Put in my paperwork for renewal.
For
so
the for the 10-year green card.
Yeah, for the 10-year green card. So when I did that in 2017, so 2018. It was updated. There's a new jurisdiction office that has my paperwork now. So, but before then, I think after then, yeah. So in 2017, yeah, I think 2017. Before it was after I put in my paperwork for 10 years. So myself and my wife had some issue or something. So I kind of like got another apartment, but we're still together. So I got the apartment for some time. Then we got back together. So like 2018, they came to the house where we live.
Yeah.
So they came asking her questions. I was at work. So like
is this when you were fighting or when you weren't fighting?
No, when we had issues, yeah.
Okay.
So and she told them that fine, we had issues, and they were like, oh, did he pay you to do this or do that or something? And she said no, and they told her to kind of like leave the marriage or something so that they can kind of deny me and that kind of thing. Yeah. But
they tried to scare her and to get her to cut you loose.
Yeah, so she told them that no, that she's not going to do that at the husband or something. So since then, I've not heard anything from them. So since then, so 2019, I left the apartment because I don't really live there. There was somebody who was kind of living there, so I don't get my ID was still the main address my wife and I were living in. So I don't get any mails in the other house, but just the main apartment where we lived, where we put in for the immigration, everything. So that's where I get all my mails and everything.
So now you're back together. Is that what you're saying? And you got rid of that old apartment?
Oh yeah, I got rid of the apartment because I didn't renew the lease since 2019. Yeah, I left the place 2019. So we moved from where we were now. We moved to a new place. We've been there like a year plus now. It's gonna be 2 years this year. We to the new apartment. So I've called the UICS several times, and they told me that the processing times for I-751 is 12 months to 34 months. So they said, okay, if my processing time is over, then I can put in for, I don't know. So when I spoke to them, so they said my my case is still within the processing time. So there's nothing you can do. So I checked and I said that my case is over the processing time around December. Was it December? Yeah. So I called them and I told them, and they said, okay, they were going to get back to me again. I called them December. I called them this January also. And they just said, oh, they're going to notify the person who is in charge or something, the officer who's in charge to kind of like. So I don't know, like, since my case is over the processing time, what do you think I can do?
But which field office is this?
Chicago.
And when did they come visit your house?
That was 2021. I think it was 2018. 2018, yeah, 2018.
So here's a big question for me, Shay.
Yeah.
When you and your spouse got married,
Yeah.
what was your immigration status at that point?
Oh, my immigration status was an F1 visa.
Okay.
I was still in school while I got married. Yeah.
So you weren't out of status when you got
No,
married?
no. I wasn't out of status. I was from F1, then I moved to green card. So I wasn't out of status when I got married. Yeah.
Good. And what country are you from?
Nigeria.
And how long have you and your spouse been back together, like living together?
We've been living together. Like, you mean after they came, or even why they came? We were kind of like it was just off and on. It wasn't that I lived there. I lived
Yeah,
where.
but off and on isn't good in this context. Off and on isn't good.
Okay, so like
But now, like things are good now. How long have things been good like they are now? For how long?
since last 2000 and I think December 2018. So yeah.
Like all during COVID, you've been living together.
Oh yeah, we've been together.
So here's what I would do if I were you, Shay.
Yeah.
I would hire us or somebody else, or I would make sure that I got updated marital evidence. Like I'd get all ready. Like I'd pretend almost just like with the Sheila who we just had. I'd pretend that I'm getting called in for another interview next week, and I would get affidavits, including from your wife.
Mm-hmm.
I would walk them through what you just told me, including the fact that you lived apart for a while. I would explain your whole history. I would get all that stuff together.
Okay.
And then I would send it to the Chicago immigration office.
Oh, okay.
And when I sent it to the Chicago immigration office, I would include in there a letter that says, hey, we understand you might have had some questions about Shay and his spouse, but everything is fine. And if you want us to come in for another interview, we're ready to do it.
Okay.
And we want you to decide this case, say in the next 60 days. And here's a whole bunch of more evidence. And if you don't decide this case within 60 days, then we're going to sue you. And then if they don't decide your case in 60 days, even after you've given them all that extra evidence, then you sue them. And then you'll get a decision in about 3 months.
Oh, okay.
But I'd rather get everything ready evidence-wise and then sue them, as opposed to sue them and then have them ask for it and have to scramble to get it. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. So you just be prepared for anything before you even sue anything
first. Yeah, I don't always do that, but on a case like this, I think it's a good idea.
Oh, okay. Okay. So like if you want to kind of like sue them, does it really kind of like how much do I have to kind of like contact you for that, and or how much does it kind of like?
Yeah, so the lawsuits cost total $4,002. It's a $402 filing fee, and my legal fee is $3,600. So it's $4,002.
Oh, okay. You pay everything up front?
No, most people pay us $2,502 up front, and then $500 a month for 3 months. But you need work getting the marriage stuff ready first, so that's extra. Okay. That'd be before.
Oh, okay. So, but like you say that there's gonna be like there's a 100% possibility that within 3 months or 4 or 5 months they're gonna respond.
Yeah,
we'll see them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Let us know if you need anything. Thanks, Shay.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye, buddy.
Oh.
All right, now our next caller, I'm pretty sure was on last time and couldn't get on, so I'm going to try to get to him. His name's Munib. Hi, Munib. You were on last time trying to get on, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry about
Yes.
that.
Thank you for taking me. Hi, Jim. I
Hi.
have two questions. First question pertains to my mother-in-law. She is a green card holder, and my father-in-law is an American citizen with American passport. What happened that in 2019 she came back to Pakistan, and she stayed over there for her medical treatments and some other family responsibilities. And she planned to leave Pakistan before 1 year, so she can enter in USA. What happened that she was I applied for her for a transit visa for Canadian a transit visa. The visa was we got the confirmation for visa number. However, when she approached to the airport, airline refused to take her and offloaded her because there was no some kind of error was there, and there was no clear answer that what is the reason. They're saying that your system is not, we are not receiving confirmation from the system that you got the this visa is valid. It happened 2 times. In 2020, then
Hold on. What kind of a visa did you get her?
Transit visa.
I don't know what a transit visa is.
Like for Pakistani passport holders, if they want to come to Canada and then they want to leave Canada and take a transit flight from Canada to USA, they must have transit visa.
Oh, to go through Canada to come to the United States.
Yeah, for temporary purposes, just to touch over there, and then because as my father-in-law, he is American citizen, so he don't need that kind of a visa. But however, as she is only green card holder,
but why didn't you just have her fly direct to America?
Actually, my father-in-law is employee of PIA International Airline, so they got free tickets from international.
I don't care about that. I mean, that's not helpful.
Yes, this was not helpful, but later on, then when they were in trouble, so they decided to take when COVID happened, and all the flights were cancelled, and there was a big crisis, and everything was like whole hush up, and there was not easy to travel, and she is not in a condition that she has some medical conditions, so. Almost it is now in April, it will be 2 years. So we are worried, and her green card is going to expire on 2025. So we are worried, can she travel to USA, or she is going to be deported, or she is going to be denied by airline, or she has to come to USA. What will happen? There's no information about this one.
You have 2 choices. Choice 1 is try to get mom to the United States, see if she can get a ticket, see if she can get on a plane, and see if she can get through customs. I think the chances of her getting through customs are probably about 35%. So that's option 1. Option 2 is to treat the green card as abandoned, to have her send us the green card here in America, and have them send it back, have you or us or whoever send it back to USCIS and say, hey, she was out of the United States for 2 years, we're going to reapply and try to get her, and then you have to file a new I-130 and do it all over again. Those are your 2 options. If she can take the risk of coming and trying to get through, it's worth it. But if you think you think she can't handle a flight from Pakistan to the United States and then being told turn back around and go back, and we're keeping your green card, then you need to do the other option.
Will this help regarding any medical certificates and her treatment? No. And her husband is already an American citizen.
He can apply.
Traveling with her.
He can apply for her, but they don't. I mean, they don't care. They, you might get you might get a nice customs official, and I think they should give everybody a little bit of extra slack because of COVID. But 2 years is a long time, and all it takes is one jerk immigration or customs official. So that's just a decision you got to make.
Okay. And second, my question is that my sister-in-law who applied an immigration request for her siblings, in the priority date my wife has is in December 2008. So, what time is best time for us to have some assistance from the attorney? Should we wait for the date, or should we start processing now, or what is the right time to have appoint
So,
an attorney?
so I would assume that the USCIS has already approved the I-130 filed by the I-130 has already been approved by USCIS and the cases at the National Visa Center, or what do you know about that?
No, nothing. Actually, what happens that there is a website. When we log into that, they are saying that additional proof of documents are required for, and that is date of 2010. And that my sister-in-law delivered them, and they are on the phone. They are saying, yes, we have received your case file is very fine. There is nothing to worry about it. But on the website, it's still saying that we have passed that date, and we did not deliver them anything. So they are not updating their online status.
On
But
the
however,
US
on the phone,
on the
yes,
USCIS website?
yes, where
Does
you can put your,
does your sister-in-law, does she have proof that she delivered it?
yes, she has.
Well, I mean,
She
usually
have the proof, and on the phone they have also confirmed.
usually they do go slowly with I-130s filed by U.S. citizens for their brother or sister. Usually that takes 5 or 6 years, but you're at almost 13 years now, and your visa is going to become current in 2 years. So I would start bothering USCIS sometime this year and saying, hey, what the heck, this case should be
Okay.
approved.
Okay. And there is another one update. My daughter is American citizen. She was born in America. I have 3 children. One elder one is born in America. So is it going to be a negative impact on my case?
No.
Okay.
All right, Munib,
So,
buddy, we'll see you later, okay? Good luck.
okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye, buddy. All right. Let's go to Moonwar. Hi, Moonwar. You're muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. How
No
you
worries.
doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. The only question, I'm not gonna take that long time. Just a question I have that I applied for my sister about 15 years ago. She had a interview in 2019, and it's been over a year now. And of course, the COVID and everything happened. They got all the documents. I reached out to them, and they sent me an email. They said we have everything that we need. We're just waiting because of the Mr. Trump, I think, signed something that they have to wait. They cannot issue them a visa.
Yeah.
So, do you know any new policies that Biden gonna do that will get my sister in here soon?
I thought this would be one that he would reverse on day 1 or day 10. He still hasn't. It's going to expire on its own at the end of March. I sure as hell don't think he's going to renew it. What embassy is your sister's case at?
Islamabad, Pakistan.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't think he's going to renew it. I was hoping he would cancel it ahead of time.
Okay. So what should I do at this point? Wait until the 31st, March 31st, and then what? Contact the embassy?
Yeah, and then if nothing happens, then just call us and we'll sue him for you.
Oh, do you think that will work?
Yeah. If the ban goes away, the lawsuit will definitely work.
Okay. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait until the 31st, and I will contact them. And if I don't hear anything back from them, I guess I will just reach out to you then.
Sounds good, brother.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Bye, Moonwar. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Let's go to Jawad. Hi, Jawad.
Hey Jim, how you doing? Thank you so much for taking my call. I have a couple of questions, but I'm not going to take long. First of all, I applied for. I have a green card, 5-year green card. I applied for my wife in February 14th, 2020, I-130. Now I applied myself online, and now it's saying that the case is being actively reviewed. But I put in an expedite request, but it got denied in 2 days. And later on, I saw your video. It's not worth it. So, but I did try. So, because you said there is a point. There's like 2-3% chance. So I took a chance, but it got denied. So I heard that a lot of people, they're having the same thing. Their online accounts, they're saying the same thing. The case is being actively reviewed. Is it a glitch or they are actually reviewing it?
It's just BS from them, just lying.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sort of a nerd when it comes to immigration, and I review their annual reports when they come out every year. And so last year's annual report, they were saying, well, because of COVID, we're really focusing on the cases that don't involve face-to-face interviews in the United States.
Okay.
Which to me would be an I-30 away, like the one that you filed for your wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they're telling the truth, your case should be going faster, not slower.
Yeah.
These cases used to take 5 or 6 months at USCIS.
Yeah. So the people, I have one of my two friends, they applied in the same month, February. They already got their approval. One of them got in August, and one of them got like last month. But they are U.S. citizen. Does that make a difference?
Oh, you're a green card holder?
I'm a green card holder, but my friends, the petitioner was green card citizens.
How did you get your green card?
Through my aunt.
So
my aunt applied for my father, and I was under 21 when it got approved, so I got along with my parents.
This makes me feel a little bit better then. Okay, so for the first 12 years that I was an immigration lawyer, there was a backlog when a spouse of a green card holder applied for when a green card holder applied for their spouse. There was always a backlog because there were a lot of people applying for that, and Congress has a cap on those. There's no cap on the number of spouses of U.S. citizens who can come, but there is a cap on the number of spouses of green card holders who have come.
Yeah, F2A, the bulletin, visa bulletin.
That's right.
Yeah, I saw that. That's been current.
Yeah, it's been current for like the last 2 years. So in theory, your case should go along the same track as the spouse of a U.S. citizen.
Exactly.
But I think that for a couple of reasons, those cases are going a little bit slower. One reason is because USCIS has a long memory like I do, and they're used to being able to go slower on the cases of the spouses of green card holders. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And for all I know, when your let's say your buddy's application and yours came in on the same day. For all I know, your case might go down one track and theirs might go down another, even though your numbers are current, right? Does that make sense? I think that's part of it. The other part of it is because of Trump's ban, and not that they're supposed to do this, but because of Trump's ban, they've slowed those down too.
Yeah, they're not. So everybody's saying the same thing, but I'm not buying that. Why? Because it's the same form. It's I-130. It doesn't make any difference. The line is same.
Yeah, but there's a box that's different about whether you're a green card holder or a citizen, and I think that might cause them to process it differently at the service center. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Another thing is when I got the receipt letter, it says the California Center. And I was thinking until the last month when I applied for the expedite request, they told me, no, your case is at Vermont. And then because they didn't send me any letter that your case is at Vermont or it's being transferred or anything like that. So since beginning, I was thinking that it's at California.
So if I were you, I'd give them like another 2 months. I'd wait 15 months from the date of filing, and then I'd sue them.
Another thing is the second question. I'll go fast. The processing time, is it accurate or no?
No, it's bullshit.
Okay, yeah, because it's going up and down. But the thing is that why I'm asking this question, because the processing time they gave you the priority date, and then you can ask them hey, the date is gone. Why are you not processing it? but I think they don't answer those type of questions.
And that's why they keep adding time to the processing times to give them.
Yeah, but Potomac, Texas, and Nebraska, they're going faster. They are doing May 2020 right now, July and May. But California and Vermont, they are like in 2019 till like, I don't know.
As far as I know, we don't have a new USCIS director yet. I don't think we have a new head of Homeland Security, but we don't have a new head of immigration. And so, it's going to take a while for Biden's changes to start happening. Like it was a full year before we really felt the changes from Trump. So I think it's probably be another year before things start to move along and we see processing times start to shorten.
Okay, so I'm gonna be eligible to apply for N400 end of this month.
Good.
So I already have my account. My parents gonna apply for that as well. So do I do it online or paper? What is better?
I hate online.
You hate online? So do you think I applied online? That's the reason it's being slow?
It's funny when you said I'm not buying this. They all say it's all going in the same place. I think filing online does sometimes slow it down. I don't know that for sure. That might just be because I'm biased against online. But I don't know for sure.
So I have a counter argument on that. So people saying that when you file online, they go there and then somebody has to type it in the system because everything is electronic. But when you doing it, when you scan it, everything for them and everything is ready for them. So don't you think that's faster? And then it's just a counter argument.
Yeah,
I would like to know your opinion.
I'm just making shit up. I'm just telling you what I think. I don't have any real science to back it up. It's just my gut feeling.
Okay. And so I'm gonna apply for N400, and my parents want to do paper. I want to do online because I already have an account.
Well, good.
So do you think?
So then you can do a race when and then you let me know. Okay.
I'll send you an email then. But the thing is, I wanna be with them. So do you think it's gonna separate our interviews, right? Yeah, I don't want that.
I mean,
so I want to be with them.
But you might not be even if you file all three on the same day.
Even if I file a paper same day?
Yeah, I did NATS's for a family of like a mom and a dad and two sons, and I think there were 3 different interview dates.
Oh wow.
But that's your best bet is doing them together.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do paper then. So
I'm gonna go. I got one more.
Okay, sorry.
We'll try to get to one more person.
Sure, not a problem. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Bye. All right. That was Jawad. He had lots of good questions. And we're going to go to Sufyan. He'll be our last caller for today. Sufyan, walaikum salam, man. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm not going to take much time. There's only 2 questions I have. One question is my interview, marriage-based interview for I-485. It was at February 10th of this month. On spot, I got approved. The officer at the end of the interview stated that you've been approved. You will get a green card within 2 weeks. So my question is that should I be worried about anything, because online is showing nothing. It's just showing rescheduling and stuff like that.
So
I'm sorry, not reschedule. Interview has been scheduled, and it's on Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, they just need to finish it. You're fine. They're just busy and they're doing other stuff. You'll probably get an update online in a week or 2, and then you're good to go.
But they're not gonna be like, hey, you know what? Let's just have a second guess about this interview.
I mean, they might until you have your green card. That's always a risk, but hopefully not.
Okay. And the second thing is not a question. It's more of a thank you towards you. I see your videos regularly. All the things you say, these are actually, in reality, I have seen, as much as I have interacted with USCIS, these are actually true. All the things, even in my interview, I didn't hire you at all, to be honest, but the way you said it, I actually applied those things in my interview. And
what?
mashallah.
What?
Things like give them whatever you can about evidence. give them a stack of evidence. I literally took a book of evidence.
Nice.
Always look face to face. Do not be like, I don't remember. Don't be like that. Do not take time but be always face to face, upfront. Don't act like you're guessing. All those small little detail that really helped a lot.
I love
And if there are people like me who are actually seeing your videos, I would suggest them to see every video, even if 4 years ago, 5 years ago, because I did that. And all those things, if you add up, things are really true.
Oh, that's
Thank you
great.
very much, Mr.
Oh,
Jim.
that made me really happy. That made my day. And we're going to end the show with that. Thanks so much.
And last thing, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to the first question I had, is that if they do not respond on time, is there anything I can do regarding that?
I mean, you can always sue them, but you know, I'd give them a couple months, and then if you haven't heard, I'd say in 60 or 90 days, then call me back or hop on the show, and then we can talk about it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I love it. Thank you.
All right, masalama.
All right,
that was Sufyan. That was fun talking to old Sufyan. I'm glad everything worked out. I'm glad he listened to us. That's great. And so, yeah, we've got like 600 videos back there, so there's plenty to watch and learn. So be like Sufyan, get your case approved on the spot. Peace, everybody.
I love this.